Yeah.
And well, I basically have to ask for the time you're sleeping with her. I don't want to get too personal here, but but here's the deal. Say you go out to a club, you know, in Rotterdam, Amsterdam, whatever,
Yeah.
and you take a girl home, you sleep with her, and the next day you pass the breakfast test. Let's call it that for a second. Let's say you pass the breakfast test, right? And you go home and you don't send her any text message or call her or whatever that same day, or maybe like 11 o'clock just before you go to bed. What does that tell her, you think?
Yeah, what I think is like, oh, he just saw it as a one night stand or something. He's not really. He just was in it for the sex, and then he's like, yeah, it's over now.
Okay.
That's what I think goes in her mind at least.
Well, let me give you a little tip here. What I always do and did with women as soon as I went on a date with them is I gave them one of my own tests. And first of all, by using this test, you show her that you're a gentleman, and women are very much in a gentleman.
Yeah,
And basically, what I did was say, I go out to a club, take a girl home, blah blah blah, and she comes over to my place. She stays over, you know, sleeps over.
yeah,
That's the moment that the next day I'll tell her because she's obviously the one leaving because she's in my home, right? I tell her text me or call me as soon as you get home.
yeah,
And the moment I sleep over at her place, so if I stay at her city or whatever, and I have to be the first one to leave, I'll tell her I'll call you or text you the moment I get home safe and sound. And why do you do that? Obviously, because you're really being a gentleman there,
yeah,
and they really dig that stuff. Oh, look at this guy. He wants to make sure I get home safe and sound. How nice, how sweet of him, blah, blah, blah. That kind of girly stuff. And they already like that. But uh, subtle detail here is that it's actually a test. Why? Because the moment I send her that text message, or
yeah,
she texts me, but let's just assume that I'll be texting her. I'll send her something like, "Hey, how you doing? Are you? Did you make me as tired that I made you? You just joke around a bit about the date, something that stood out, and you just tell her I had a great time today, and I'd like to have another great time with you very soon, as soon as
yeah,
possible, and something along the lines of that. Because what does that tell her? That you took the effort to, make sure that you got home safe and sound, that you would
yeah,
like to see her again, and that you had fun. And why is that a test? Because the moment she replies,
yeah,
you'll know how much she's interested in you.
yeah. All
And
right.
of course, women have homework too, women have a life too, but usually when the date was awesome,
Yeah,
she'll text you back within like 3 minutes with, I had so much fun with you too, happy, happy, happy face, smile, exclamation marks all over the place, that kind of stuff. That tells you something about how much fun she had, and also if you need to turn it up a notch on the next date, or whether you're already, in the pocket with her.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
why do you do that? Obviously, the whole point here is you let her know that you're not a one night stand guy, not a player guy, but would like to see her again. And
yeah,
just by sending that one text message as soon as you get home, or asking her to text you as soon as she gets home, it's in the pocket. That whole deal, that whole player like atmosphere just vanishes like snow before the sun, right?
yeah. Like snow before the sun. Yeah.
I know that's a Dutch saying, but I'm saying it anyways.
Oh, no, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
Exactly.
has something. All right. Yeah. And like about her getting mad, I should just ignore it totally. Like pretend it never happened, basically. Or
No.
should I get into it? I'll be like, why were you so pissed off? Like, because it
Well,
did bug me. Because I actually do really like her, and that's a difference.
Well, let me tell you something, Tom. I think that's one of the biggest differences between like me, the other guys at Win with Women, and other dating experts out there is usually they'll recommend you to like use push pull and be distant, and when a girl does something you don't like, just ignore it because she'll come to you, blah blah.